Hi. Okay, let's go over, I hope carefully, step by step, the procedure to go from the visual schedule all the way into the room as the room host. Okay, you're going to need a few things to be able to do this. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. To do this, what I suggest is you set up in the browser as a series of tabs, one up, oh sorry, I'm going to move myself over here. The actual visual schedule that you will find in the room hosts documents folder. Next, your accounts and passwords file, which is also in the room host documents folder. I also have an EventZilla page here, but don't be too concerned about that. I'll explain that in a second. So first, you do visual schedule, accounts and passwords, and then you should also prepare your Zoom account page on Zoom US. Okay, this is already logged in to the room we're going to use, which is room number 35, but for intents and purposes, I'm going to sign out. Okay, and you're signing out by going to your account icon here, okay, and then you sign out. Okay, okay, now let's go back to where we were. So let's say you're DJ McAnthony, and you're looking for your next hosting session, which happens to be today, Monday, November 16th, down here beneath me in green. And let's say the next thing that you want to do, and it's 3:30 right now actually, is English for Tenkin, and that's DJ's first hosting gig. Now, if you put your cursor over it, okay, you're going to get this link to EventZilla. And that link will open up EventZilla for you, where you can see the description. Okay, you can also see the actual ID number for the presentation, and you want to make sure that that's correct. Okay, and then you can see this button here that says English for specific purposes, where you can click and see more information, including the room number. Okay, for this. And let's see, oh, and the SIG with which it's associated. You want to take note of all of this, because taking note of the SIG, making sure that you have the ID number so that you can confirm that with the presenter. You also want to get the presenter's name and take note of their appearance, so then you can recognize them very quickly when you get into the room. Okay? Now, when you get in, okay, the first place that you clicked is the place where you will see the green button at the top that says enter your presentation here, or whatever introductory text it'll have. The most important thing is it will be a green button that will let you in, okay, when you click it. But before you click the green button, you have to identify yourself as the host for the room. Now, if you go in there on your regular Zoom account, it's just going to see you as a regular participant. You have to identify yourself as having logged into Zoom with the correct credentials. So let's make sure about that. Okay? So that's why we go to the accounts and passwords page. And by the way, yes, all of my stuff here is in dark mode. I'm going to make a different video about that. And let's go take a look at this room down here. JALT room 35, which is actually for the educational materials exhibit. Okay. Now the reason why we're going to use this is because this particular one for DJ isn't going to show up as clickable until 10 minutes before it starts, which is still a good 25 minutes or 15 minutes from now. So I wanted to make this video before this begins. Okay. So let's say there was a green button here, and this is what it'll look like. Okay, right there. See that? Open the virtual presentation. I'm sorry, that's been changed again. Open virtual presentation. Nonetheless, orient yourself to the idea that you want the green button. The green button will let you in. Okay? Now, I know that the session for Test If Zoom Works, that's actually room number 35. But what's important is that you go here and you, as I showed you before, you check which Zoom room it is. If it's Zoom 1, then you go to Accounts and Passwords, and you get the information for Zoom 1, which is here. That's the login name that you're going to use. That's the password for it. We showed you all of that in a previous video. Okay? But because I don't want to upset anything by changing the session just so that then I can get a green button to show you, I set this one instead. Now this one uses room 35. Okay, so let's go get the information for room 35. Room 35 is here, okay. Double click, drag, and you can get the exact letters. You don't want any extra spaces or any extra carriage returns. Copy that on your keyboard and come to Zoom, okay. Find the sign in button at the top page and get the sign-in area. Sign in, make sure that it's correct. Yeah, that's what I want, 35. Go back to accounts, okay? Get the password for 35. Copy that, come here and paste it, okay? And then you would sign in. But let me show you what would happen if you had previously already signed in to 35. On Firefox, on Safari, okay, don't worry about that, it's just telling me that I don't have an email address in there. On Firefox, on Safari, they have a password manager. So if I came in here and it was still totally blank, and I click that key, it would tell me, hey, is this the one you're looking for? There it is, JOLT 2020 room plus 35, because I have previously signed in. This way you don't have to worry about, if you've signed in once successfully, okay, you can remember that password and it will sign you in every time. If you don't want this one, let's say you want something else, okay, if you come down here for other passwords in Safari, Firefox will have its own procedure. You can see all of the others that you've used before, and these are all the ones that I've already logged in on. I've logged in to almost all of them. Okay? That makes it very quick, very easy to go in, very precise. Don't have to remember the passwords because the password manager will remember it for you. So there's 35. Let's sign in. And there I am. I confirm that I'm in 35. That's the one that I need for this one. If it had been this one, I would have needed to confirm that I was into the Zoom One account. Okay? So there, I have the room that I want to go into, this one. I have confirmed that I am in the right account, and all I have to do is just go in as Zoom. Now, what will happen here as I turn this off is I'm going to continue this recording, but I'm going to have to leave this screen share, so it's going to tell me on Zoom that we're going to leave this meeting and go back to another meeting. But it's okay, I'm still going to continue this recording, okay? So there we go. It'll go to Zoom. It'll ask you to allow it to start a new meeting. See that? It was asking me, would you like to start it? Because I'm actually in a meeting right now. I will leave and start. Okay. And it's connecting. And there I am. I am the host for this room, and right now I'm the only person in here. I can start my video just to end this. I'm the only person in here. This is room 35. You can see there's the name there. You would start going through the protocols of changing your name, finding the presenter, finding out how they want to run their presentation, and you're good to go. The hardest part of actually all of this is actually that, making sure you have the schedule set, that you get to EventZilla properly, you get the right room information, you put in your account and information, and then you get into the room. The rest of it, just follow the checklist that Sam Kawakami has made. Fantastic checklist, lots of information in there. Follow that through, and everything should be cool. Okay, thanks very much. I'll see you around. Have a great conference. Any questions you have, contact me on Slack, or if this is in YouTube, leave a comment on YouTube. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.